Hola y bienvenidos de nuevo a una nueva entrega de Vamos a probar. En esta ocasión vamos a probar Broker's War 5, la maldición de la serpiente. Un juego que ha salido recientemente en Kickstarter. Y bueno, en el Kickstarter en el cual participé, con lo cual no voy a decir que no me ha costado ni un duro, porque me ha costado evidentemente lo que sería la aportación del Kickstarter. Pero evidentemente era un juego en el cual tenía algunas ganas. No he sido muy de Broker's War en el pasado. Así que, pero bueno, siempre he sido de aventuras gráficas, así que quiero echarle un vistazo y una oportunidad. Antes de comenzar, me gustaría hablar un poquito de YouTube. Parece ser que ahora estarán viendo muchas reclamaciones de copyright, sobre todo con canales de juegos. Yo no creo que me afecte especialmente porque los juegos de los que suelo colgar cosas no suelen ser juegos muy intensos. Y bueno, principalmente están apuntando a cosas como monetizaciones. Si yo hace falta que no tenga que monetizar vídeos durante una temporada larga, no se monetizan y ya está. Si por lo que sea pasa cualquier cosa con el canal y se tiene que cancelar algunas de las series, pues nos iremos a otra parte donde sí que se pueda. Pues bueno, vamos a empezar una nueva partida. Estoy jugando en modo ventana, así que si veis que hay una iluminación es un poquito así, me disculparéis, pero si lo pongo en pantalla completa no puedo elegir la resolución y saldría un vídeo demasiado pesado. Vamos a empezar una partida nueva. Si es la primera vez que juegas un título de aventuras, de señal y clic, te recomendamos que juegues en breve tutorial. No, empezar la partida nueva, yo creo que podemos empezar. Pero la serpiente era más astuta que todos los animales del paraíso, y Dios maldijo a la serpiente y la llamó diablo. Y dijo, Adán ha llegado a ser como uno de nosotros, pues tiene conocimiento del bien y el mal. Testimonio de la verdad, evangelio gnóstico, de llegado a poder leer, no luchéis contra monstruos, pero así no convertirte en uno de ellos. Si contemplas el abismo te devuelve. Friedrich Nietzsche, Más allá del bien y el mal, 1866. La verdad es que empezamos bien. Es un inicio un poquito clásico. Como veis el juego está en castellano. Cataluña, España, 1937. Perdón, 1937. Pues empezamos muy cerquita de mi casa. Aunque esto parece... Oh, pues menudo inicio. Guerra Civil Española.
We must come. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap.
Son catalanes que hablan en inglés.
Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Vale.
Se ve, the painting. La maldición. This way.
Señora, it is too late. Go.
No, Papa!
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course.
Vale, a esto venía desde el principio.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George.
We should catch up. Let's have lunch. Nobody moves.
Vaya, esto es un clásico.
Non, monsieur, not la malédiction.
Oh,
Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together.
pues hemos empezado, como siempre, de manera potente.
The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
No creo que haya planeado su propio asesinato. Eso creo. Vamos a ver este cuadro, que no tiene nada que ver.
The alarm still worked on that painting.
Y no ha sonado antes.
I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded.
Eso me estaba preguntando yo. Vamos a ver qué ha pasado aquí.
This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't.
Vamos a ver, vamos a abrir la puerta esta. Creo que hay un cable cortado, sí.
So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing.
Estas.
This was an inside job.
Sí. No es lo que parece. No es lo que parece.
Someone had cut a wire and sabotaged the alarm.
¿Pero eso ha sido un logro o ha sido una pista? A ver el altavoz.
It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It had...
Vale, esto botón de prueba. Vale.
The button bypassed the pressure pad system. Cutting the wire had disabled the pads.
Creo que aquí no hay mucho más que ver. ¿Esto qué es, un teléfono? ¿Puedo llamar a Nico? No. Vamos a ver de qué va este cuadro.
The stolen painting was called La Malediction, painted by someone called El Serp in
El Serp.
1937,
Muy bien.
and worth just 40 grand.
Sí, $40.000 no es mucho para un cuadro maldito. ¿Y el resto de cuadros que hay aquí?
Just 90,000 for this one.
90.
That painting was worth way more than the stolen one. So why didn't they take that?
Sí, lo que imaginaba. No es lo que parece. Hay una cámara de seguridad.
With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. The door was locked with a
Vaya,
keypad.
tiene un cierre electrónico.
If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number.
Sí, sé que somos unos desconsiderados porque...
The priest was giving last rites to the gallery owner. I didn't want to interfere.
¿El sacerdote?
Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
sí.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
Es uno de estos.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest.
Vamos a por la caja de pizza antes de que la toque.
The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it.
Pizza.
Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left.
¿De dónde la ha pillado?
No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone. I decided against stuffing cold pizza into an unconscious man's mouth.
Vaya.
I needed him live.
¿Para qué quiero un trozo de pizza? Y estas copas no hacen nada aquí. Hay otros cuadros por aquí. Vamos a hablar con el inconsciente, a ver si lo podemos despertar.
It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead. But from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted.
Vamos a ver la chaqueta. ¿Qué es esto?
In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed with the letters HL. Lane was out.
Vale.
I was going to need something to bring him around.
Vale. Necesitaremos algo que lo pueda
I
despertar.
still needed to figure out.
Necesito el código del cierre. Vamos a ver, cadáver de Henry. Esto parece una colonia.
In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
Pobrecilla. No está arrugada.
There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m. Be ready.
Prepárate.
Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. A cryptic note and a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office.
Necesito el código. A ver si sabe algo de esto.
Father?
Yes, my son.
¿Conoce a Henry hace mucho?
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, "Stop the car. I want to get in."
What does that mean?
We may never know.
¿Qué hace la exposición?
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
Confrontar el mal. ¿Qué pasa con eso?
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
Ajá. ¿Y qué sabe del pintor?
What do you know about the man who painted
¿Saben
La
que se llama
Maledictio?
Serpiente?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire. The fire of eternal damnation.
¿Qué conspiración?
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
Es el
No,
tipo.
Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
¿Sabe algo del teclado?
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution.
Y el cable cortado, no sabrá nada. ¿De la colonia?
Hey, Father, how about a squirt?
No, apártamelo.
I think not.
Porción de pizza, corta uñas. Que me le dé el mal, venga, vamos a ver.
What did you
Que nos
mean
suelte su rollo.
when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Sobre el cable cortado me dirá que le ha
A
roto el
wire in
diablo.
the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Pues sabe, que sepas que ahora eres el primer sospechoso. Ay. ¿Vas a alguna pista alrededor?
I still needed to figure out the code to that keypad. $55,000. Huh, shame. Just outside my price range.
Sí, qué gracioso. Ja, 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 ja. Vamos a ver, pues tenemos ahora mismo...
I still needed to...
Otro cuadro, aquí no creo que gran cosa. ¿Puedo irme por la puerta? Sí.
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass.
Pues le que se haya dejado algo. Urinario.
You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style.
Pues le que se haya ido a la estación de metro, no creo.
For a moment, I contemplated getting on the next train out of here. But a man was dead, and I had a job to do.
Vale, no puedo irme de aquí. Y no parece que haya mucho más que mirar por aquí. Uy. Me había ido del juego. ¡Eh! Usted, señor camarero, dígame.
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to.
¿Ha visto un ladrón?
Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Ah, Nico.
That must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty.
¿Conocía gente?
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur?
¿Qué think es
He
este señor?
spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
¿Ah, sí?
What do
Dígame.
you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight, for sure. If you see him, give him this bill. And tell him to pay up next time.
I wondered whether Lane was in a hurry to get somewhere, or just trying to skip paying his bill.
Ah. ¿Es algo de la
What do you
galería?
know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
O sea que es mujeriego. Cuéntame cosas de Lane.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
La colonia está.
Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry.
Esto me parece que será para alguna otra cosa. Un repelente de algo. De pizza, corta uña. Vale.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Uy, ¿qué ha pasado aquí? Teléfono. Vale, vamos a llamar a... ¿Quién es Rickenbacker? que tiene pinta de jefazo de Ghost in the Shell.
Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker?
Stobart, what do you want?
Mr. Rickenbacker, there's been a problem.
Why does that surprise me? This better not involve the Blue Lizard.
Afraid it does, sir. There's been a robbery.
Oh, terrific.
Only one painting was stolen, though.
Well, what are you wasting time talking to me for? Find that painting, or find a way to avoid paying out. Two ways to keep your job, Stobart.
I see. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anything else you gotta tell me?
The thief had a gun. He shot the gallery owner dead.
We insured him too?
No, sir.
Well, that's one piece of good news. At least tell me you got some leads.
I'm pretty sure the security was sabotaged. The alarm was disabled for that one painting.
So, it was an inside job. Who else is at the gallery?
There's a guy called Hector Lane.
Lane. Why does that name sound familiar?
He's an art critic. I think he's connected to the exhibition.
Now, could it be him?
Well, he's rude and ugly. It's certainly possible.
So squeeze him, Stobart. Squeeze him till he squeals.
If I was going to squeeze Lane, I needed longer arms than these.
Find out who disabled the security system, then find that painting. And don't call back until you have.
Vale, pues... Y vamos a llamar a Nick a ver cómo está.
Nick?
Vale, parece ser que lo contestaba. Tengo que encontrar alguna manera de poder entrar. Una de estas cosas es que prácticamente no pide máquina. Vamos a volver a hablar con él. Con el padre.
Father?
Yes, my son.
Vamos a hablar de la cuenta de consumiciones de Lane.
This is an unpaid bill from a cafe next door.
Porque se lo enseño, ni
I
puta
can
idea.
assure you it is not mine.
Muy bien. Vamos a hablar de la maldición.
Is there anything else you can tell me about La Maldición?
I've said everything I care to on the subject.
¿Y del pintor?
Aha. Do you know anything else about El Serp?
I've already told you everything I can.
Vale, esta es una bella aventura de las antiguas.
Lane was out. I was going to need something to bring him around.
Vale, vamos a probar con la colonia.
Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted.
Vamos a hablar con él.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
Vamos a ver. Vale, toma pizza. Vamos a tragar. Traga, hombre.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Joder, no se acuerda de
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glee's Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
¿Sabes algo de
Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Malediction, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door.
Vamos a hablar del código.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice.
Vale, pues vamos a
I
sacar
needed
la
to turn the
artillería.
heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that.
Cable cortado.
Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Eso, ¿cómo podría haberlo hecho con el corta uñas?
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code.
Vamos a hablar de la cuenta de consumiciones de Lane.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me.
¿Ya ha dicho eso?
Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Sí.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397. But I admit to none of these spurious accusations.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast.
Vale, vamos a la puerta antes de que lleguen.
What was that number again? 64.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Vaya, hombre.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Nueva of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
Unos minutos más tarde. Bueno.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mu. Our paths had crossed before.
Bueno, esto es bastante habitual en los Broken Sword, de que pasamos de George a Nico. Bueno, por ahora hemos empezado bastante bien, por lo que yo veo. Es un Broken Sword, o sea, han ido a lo más clásico que podía haber, que es un escenario de crimen y comenzar a investigar. Pero bueno, es marca de la casa. Pues parece que está bastante bien. La verdad es que como aventura gráfica, a ver, no es impresionante, no es un Wolf Among Us ni nada por el estilo, pero como una antigua aventura point and click es bastante clásica y no desentona demasiado. Por ahora el argumento parece lo suficientemente intrigante. Seguramente aparecerá alguien con ese amuleto, seguramente algún anciano. Muchas gracias por seguirme y hasta la próxima.